I had never imagined having a farm animal sanctuary. So then I met Christopher.
Growing up, my connection to animals was significant, different than it is now. They were kind of pets in more domesticated relationship. When I got to high school, I actually had ferrets that I adopted. Growing up, I didn't see the connection. Chicken wings were a product, not a piece of an animal that I was eating, and so that was not really something that connected in my brain really until kind of getting to college and the mess hall where everybody goes and eats, thousands of kids all going in, and then seeing a bulk amount of chicken just being on this table. That was where it had like, whoa, this isn't my individual contribution or choice. Like there's a mass production of animals that's happening just in this room.
My stepmom and her family had a dairy farm when she was growing up. They were a family that slaughtered a cow and a pig every year, and they had like the whole family be a part of it. So I have a very vivid memory of them doing that with us there, and just the animals being killed and cut up into pieces and prepared for food, and that was really dark for me. I was 7 years old. I didn't get why we needed to do that. I had been on Facebook and saw this post that Chris had posted, and it was like a 4-minute video, but I only got 30 seconds in, and I was so upset by what I saw that I just remember thinking, like, I will never eat meat again.
As I was leaving college, I was going to start up in business, and my trajectory was I would care for some rescued dogs and cats, get married, be a business person, and have kids, and that would kind of be the trajectory.
We moved into a house in South Austin.
And the weekend that I was closing on the home, found out about a coworker whose parents owned a goat dairy, that they had 2 goats that they no longer wanted.
And we just thought, oh, we have plenty of space. We'll take them in, right? It's fine.
Never considered having goats or caring for anybody other than dogs and cats, but right place at the right time, so we rescued Bertha and Cookie. We didn't see any difference between them and the other animals we had rescued. We basically consider them dogs number 5 and 6 that just had a very different care routine, not a different purpose or place in our life.
Our neighbor had heard from this little high school girl who had joined FFA but not fully understanding what happens at the end of FFA. So she reached out to us and asked us if we'd be willing to take in a pig whose name is Doya. And we're like, well, what do you mean taking a pig? She was like, well, he only has 3 days until he goes to auction and he doesn't have anywhere else to go.
This is Doya, the pig who started it all, telling Pan that he is top of the rankings here. Getting to know Doya and the way that we knew our dogs is really what changed it. You know, laying in the backyard with him falling over for a belly rub, being so happy to see us. Your breath synchronizes, you're making eye-to-eye contact. You really feel them in the same way that, you know, snuggling a dog on your couch would be.
We took in Doya, and after that, it was just starting to hear about different situations, people reaching out to us, a few animals at a time, and now we have over 200 residents.
We were pacifists beforehand. We were not taking any proactive action to not harm animals other than just not eating them. As opposed to this was our way of giving people a greater story to understand and our form of activism.
Our mission is not just to provide a safe space for the animals, but to provide an opportunity for people to make connections with the animals.
The real rejection and like problem with people fighting pigs so much here, but somebody basically caught their mother at a trap. She gave birth to 5 piglets in the trap. They took the mom away and killed her and left the piglets in the woods to die. We plant the seed and get the wheels moving to connect with somebody's empathy so that they can then move on to connecting with their own personal duty.
Oh my goodness.
If you're interested in this way, or you're not there yet, or you're on your journey, know that sometimes you may feel a sense of judgment. And that's natural because somebody is challenging what you're currently doing and considering it to be potentially like evil or bad, but that's not a representation of who you are, it's a representation of your actions.
It's okay to not agree with what the norm is. It's okay to not want to eat meat, that it's okay to not think it's okay.
It's okay to be vulnerable, to separate yourself on who am I morals, what are my ethics, to what are the actions that I've done in the past. The past that you've done is not a barrier to what you can do in the future.
We have been so excited and grateful to raise Langley on the sanctuary.
We're learning how to raise a human baby. Langley won't ever have to learn to differentiate a dog from a calf. You know, the first animal he's ever pet was actually a calf when he kind of first started to see them.
He gets to grow up seeing all the good sides, to see what they deserve and to make the connection with them as they really are versus kind of what society wants us to believe about them.
There's trillions of animals that need us, and so we are doing them a disservice by just being vegan when we can serve them so much more with a little bit of active vulnerability of ourselves. There is actions that you can take to make yourself just a little bit more uncomfortable, a little more tired, a little more sensitive and open.
And I just have to remember that if we're not doing it, it doesn't mean that somebody else will step up and do it. So here we are. We're the ones meant to do this here.